Dr. Helen Morrison's actuarial research at the Centers for Disease Control had been analyzing demographic patterns when she discovered what appeared to be a systematic error in aging statistics. On March 14, 1958, while reviewing mortality data from the past decade, she identified 23,847 individuals whose biological age had remained constant at approximately 25 years, despite chronological aging that should have produced normal senescence. "This can't be correct," Morrison muttered, as she reviewed the medical records for the third time. The subjects showed no signs of biological aging, no cellular degradation, no organ deterioration, no metabolic decline. Their bodies had somehow become locked at peak physical condition while their contemporaries aged normally. The medical impossibility extended beyond simple longevity. These individuals maintained not just youthful appearance, but complete biological stability, perfect immune systems, optimal organ function, and cellular regeneration rates that defied every known principle of human biology. They weren't just aging slowly, they weren't aging at all. "Dr. Morrison, you need to see this immediately," called her research assistant David Chen from across the laboratory. "I found similar cases dating back to the 1920s. The pattern isn't recent. These people have been maintaining biological age 25 for decades." Initial investigation revealed that the subjects came from diverse backgrounds, professions, and geographical locations, with no apparent commonalities except their biological temporal stabilization. They included teachers, mechanics, artists, and professionals from every demographic group, suggesting that whatever caused the phenomenon operated independently of lifestyle, genetics, or environmental factors. "We're looking at a fundamental violation of biological law," Morrison noted during her March 20 briefing to CDC leadership. "These individuals have somehow achieved biological immortality while maintaining complete normalcy in every other aspect of their lives." The first direct observation occurred on April 3, 1958, when Morrison's team conducted comprehensive medical examinations of 12 subjects in the Atlanta area. The results confirmed the statistical analysis. These individuals possessed biological ages of 25, despite chronological ages ranging from 35 to 67 years old. Their cellular structure is identical to healthy 25-year-olds, reported Dr. James Foster, the team's cellular biologist. But isotopic analysis of their tissues indicates chronological ages matching their birth certificates. Somehow, their bodies stopped aging while time continued to pass normally. The discovery triggered immediate classified research protocols. The Defense Department established a joint task force with the National Institutes of Health to investigate the security and scientific implications of biological temporal anomalies that appeared to grant functional immortality to seemingly random citizens. Dr. Sarah Mitchell, a physicist from Los Alamos, joined the investigation on April 15 to explore the theoretical mechanisms that could produce biological time stabilization. "We're dealing with localized temporal effects that affect biological processes while leaving chronological time unaltered," she explained during the initial physics briefing. The subjects themselves were unaware of their condition. Medical interviews revealed that they attributed their youthful appearance and energy to good genetics, healthy lifestyle, or simple luck. None reported any unusual experiences, medical procedures, or exposures that might explain their temporal stabilization. "They don't know they've stopped aging," Morrison reported during the April 30 psychological assessment briefing. "From their perspective, they're simply fortunate to maintain good health and youthful appearance. They have no conscious awareness of biological temporal anomalies." Field investigation expanded rapidly throughout May 1958, with research teams identifying similar cases in major cities across the United States. The phenomenon appeared to affect approximately 0.003% of the population, suggesting a systematic rather than random process operating on a national scale. The most significant breakthrough occurred on June 12, 1958, when Dr. Mitchell's team detected unusual electromagnetic signatures surrounding the temporally stabilized subjects. These individuals generated quantum field fluctuations that appeared to create localized temporal bubbles affecting biological processes while leaving surrounding spacetime unaffected. We're detecting quantum temporal fields that somehow isolate biological aging processes from normal chronological time flow, Mitchell explained during the June 15th physics briefing. These individuals exist in localized temporal anomalies that preserve their biology at age 25 while allowing normal interaction with chronological time. The discovery raised immediate questions about the source and purpose of biological temporal stabilization. The phenomenon appeared too systematic and widespread to be natural, suggesting artificial intervention through technology or processes that exceeded known scientific capabilities. Someone or something is deliberately creating temporal anchors that prevent aging in selected individuals, Morrison concluded in her August 7, 1958 final discovery report. The question is who has the capability to manipulate time at the biological level, and why they're selecting these particular people for temporal stabilization. The initial phase established that biological temporal anchoring was real, systematic, and artificial, affecting thousands of Americans through processes that challenged fundamental understanding of time, biology, and the limits of scientific possibility. The systematic analysis of temporally anchored individuals required unprecedented coordination between intelligence agencies, medical institutions, and social science researchers to identify the selection criteria that determined which citizens received biological temporal stabilization. Dr. Helen Morrison established the Temporal Subject Analysis Division within a classified facility in Virginia, where teams analyzed the backgrounds, characteristics, and life patterns of over 47,000 confirmed temporal anchors. We're looking for the hidden pattern that determines temporal anchor selection, Morrison explained during the August 1958 briefing for intelligence community representatives. These people appear randomly distributed across all demographic categories, but there must be common characteristics that explain why they were chosen for biological time stabilization. The first comprehensive analysis completed in December 1958 revealed surprising diversity among temporal anchor subjects. They included individuals from every profession, educational level, geographical region, and socioeconomic background, suggesting that conventional demographic factors weren't relevant to selection criteria. Traditional demographic analysis reveals no significant patterns, reported Dr. David Chen, who led the statistical analysis team. Temporal anchors appear across all social categories in proportions that match general population distributions. Whatever determines selection operates independently of observable social characteristics. Psychological profiling represented the next analytical approach. Dr. Robert Foster coordinated comprehensive psychological assessments of 200 temporal anchor subjects, looking for personality traits, cognitive patterns, or behavioral characteristics that might explain their selection for temporal stabilization. Psychological analysis reveals subtle but consistent patterns, Foster reported during the March 1959 assessment briefing. Temporal anchors demonstrate above-average emotional intelligence, ethical decision-making, and social cooperation. They're not exceptional individuals, but they consistently exhibit positive social behaviors and ethical choices. The most significant breakthrough occurred in July 1959, when analysis revealed that temporal anchors showed consistent patterns of constructive social impact throughout their lives. While not necessarily famous or professionally successful, they consistently made positive contributions to their communities, families, and social networks. Temporal anchors are builders rather than destroyers, Chen noted during the impact analysis briefing. They consistently choose actions that strengthen rather than weaken social bonds, improve rather than harm their communities, and create rather than diminish positive outcomes for others. Intelligence analysis expanded in 1960 to examine temporal anchors' potential security value. The subjects included teachers who influenced thousands of students, community leaders who facilitated social cooperation, healthcare workers who saved lives, and various professionals whose work contributed to social stability and human welfare. Temporal anchor subjects consistently serve roles that strengthen social fabric and promote human welfare, reported Dr. Sarah Mitchell, who coordinated security impact analysis. They're not necessarily leaders or public figures, but their extended lifespans would enable decades of additional positive social contribution. The investigation revealed that temporal stabilization appeared to occur at precisely age 25, regardless of when subjects reached that chronological age. Analysis of subjects from different birth decades confirmed that the temporal anchoring process activated at the optimal point of physical and mental development. Age 25 represents peak biological and cognitive capability combined with sufficient life experience for mature judgment, Foster explained during the developmental analysis. Temporal stabilization preserves individuals at their optimal point for long-term positive social contribution. By 1961, the analysis had identified over 89,000 temporal anchors worldwide, with similar patterns appearing in allied nations. International cooperation revealed that the phenomenon operated globally, with consistent selection criteria that transcended national boundaries and cultural differences. Temporal anchoring is a global phenomenon with consistent selection criteria, Morrison reported during international coordination briefings. The same patterns appear in multiple countries, suggesting that whoever implements temporal stabilization operates on an international scale with universal selection standards. The most remarkable discovery was that temporal anchors often became more valuable to society over extended periods. Teachers with decades of additional experience, doctors with extended practice opportunities, and community leaders with prolonged engagement consistently produced greater positive impact than their normally aging counterparts. Extended lifespan amplifies positive social impact, Mitchell noted during the long-term impact assessment. Temporal anchors accumulate experience, wisdom, and social connections that enable increasingly effective positive contribution over extended periods. Career pattern analysis revealed another crucial characteristic. Temporal anchors consistently chose professions and activities that served others rather than pursuing primarily personal advancement. They became teachers, healthcare workers, social workers, and community volunteers at rates significantly higher than general population averages. Temporal anchor subjects consistently orient toward service rather than self-advancement, Chen reported during career analysis. They choose activities that benefit others and contribute to social welfare at rates that exceed statistical expectations. By 1963, the analysis had established clear selection criteria for temporal anchoring. Individuals who consistently made positive social contributions, demonstrated ethical decision-making, maintained constructive relationships, and oriented toward service rather than personal advancement received biological temporal stabilization at age 25. The most significant implication was that temporal anchoring appeared to be an investment in humanity's social development. Someone is preserving our best citizens for extended service, Morrison concluded in her February 22, 1964 final analysis report. Temporal anchors represent an investment in long-term positive social development through extended lifespans for individuals who consistently contribute to human welfare. The selection criteria analysis established that temporal anchoring served systematic social development goals through biological preservation of individuals whose extended lifespans would maximize positive contributions to human civilization and social progress. The discovery that temporal anchoring operated as a coordinated global system required unprecedented international intelligence cooperation to map the worldwide network of biological temporal stabilization. Dr. Helen Morrison established the Global Temporal Research Consortium in Switzerland, where representatives from 17 nations collaborated to understand the scope, organization, and control mechanisms of planetary temporal anchor distribution. "We're not dealing with isolated national phenomena," Morrison explained during the March 1964 international briefing. Temporal anchoring operates as a coordinated global system that transcends national boundaries and appears to serve planetary rather than national objectives. Initial international data sharing revealed over 340,000 confirmed temporal anchors distributed across 47 countries, with consistent selection criteria and activation patterns that suggested unified control and systematic global implementation. The distribution patterns indicated careful population planning rather than random selection. Global distribution reveals systematic population optimization, reported Dr. Sarah Mitchell, who coordinated international data analysis. Temporal anchors are distributed to maximize positive social impact across different societies and cultures, while maintaining approximately 0.003% of each national population. The first comprehensive global mapping occurred in August 1964, revealing that temporal anchor placement correlated with social development needs rather than population density. Regions experiencing social challenges or requiring stability enhancement showed higher temporal anchor concentrations, suggesting strategic placement for social optimization. Temporal anchor distribution reflects social engineering on a planetary scale, noted Dr. Robert Foster during geographical analysis briefings. Placement patterns indicate systematic social stability enhancement through strategic distribution of individuals with extended positive impact capability. Intelligence cooperation expanded throughout 1965, with allied nations sharing temporal anchor identification data and research findings. The collaboration revealed that temporal anchoring had been operating since at least the 1920s, with earlier anchors now approaching 70-plus years of biological age maintenance at 25-year physical condition. Historical analysis reveals systematic temporal anchoring spanning multiple decades, reported Dr. David Chen during historical pattern assessment. Early temporal anchors have maintained biological age 25 for over 40 years, while accumulating extraordinary social impact through extended service. The most significant breakthrough occurred in 1966, when joint international investigation identified coordination nodes, geographical locations where temporal anchor concentrations suggested administrative or control centers for the global temporal stabilization system. Coordination nodes appear to serve as operational centers for temporal anchor management, Mitchell explained during node analysis briefings. These locations show elevated temporal anchor concentrations and unusual electromagnetic signatures that suggest administrative functions for the global system. Advanced electromagnetic monitoring revealed that coordination nodes generated quantum temporal fields similar to individual temporal anchors, but at much larger scales. These facilities appeared to coordinate temporal stabilization across regional populations while maintaining communication with other nodes globally. Coordination nodes generate macro-temporal fields that appear to coordinate regional temporal anchor systems, Foster reported during electromagnetic analysis. The nodes communicate through quantum temporal channels that enable global coordination of the temporal stabilization network. By 1967, the consortium had identified 43 coordination nodes worldwide, distributed across every continent and operating in coordination with each other through quantum temporal communication systems that exceeded known technological capabilities. International investigation revealed that coordination nodes were often located near significant population centers but concealed within seemingly normal facilities, research institutions, medical centers, and educational facilities that served as cover for temporal stabilization operations. Coordination nodes operate through legitimate institutional covers that enable temporal anchor monitoring and support without detection, Chen noted during operational analysis. The system integrates with existing social infrastructure while maintaining complete operational secrecy. The most remarkable discovery was that coordination nodes provided ongoing support and guidance to temporal anchors within their operational areas. Electromagnetic monitoring detected regular communication between nodes and individual anchors, suggesting active management rather than passive maintenance of temporal stabilization. Temporal anchors receive ongoing guidance and support from coordination nodes, Morrison reported during support system analysis. The relationship appears to involve career guidance, social positioning, and strategic deployment that maximizes positive social impact. By 1968, joint international monitoring had established that the global temporal anchor system operated through sophisticated coordination that positioned anchors for optimal social impact, while providing ongoing support that enhanced their effectiveness as positive social contributors. The investigation revealed evidence of systematic social engineering through temporal anchor placement and coordination. Anchors were strategically positioned in educational, healthcare, community leadership, and social service roles that maximized their positive impact on social development and stability. The temporal anchor system represents comprehensive social engineering that optimizes positive social development through strategic placement and support of individuals with extended capability for positive contribution, Mitchell concluded during the 1969 social engineering assessment. International cooperation also revealed that the temporal anchor system showed adaptive characteristics, adjusting anchor placement and concentration in response to changing social conditions and development needs. The system appeared to monitor social conditions and optimize anchor deployment accordingly. The temporal anchor system demonstrates adaptive response to changing social conditions, Foster noted during adaptive system analysis. Anchor deployment adjusts to address emerging social needs and optimize positive development outcomes. By November 18, 1970, the global consortium had established that temporal anchoring operated as a comprehensive planetary social development system that transcended national boundaries and served global rather than national objectives through strategic placement and ongoing support of individuals preserved for extended positive social contribution. We're dealing with planetary social optimization through temporal stabilization of selected individuals, Morrison concluded in her final network analysis report. The system operates globally, adaptively, and strategically to enhance positive social development through extended lifespans for individuals who consistently contribute to human welfare and social progress. The investigation into the controlling intelligence behind global temporal anchoring required the most sophisticated intelligence and scientific resources ever assembled to identify and potentially communicate with entities capable of manipulating biological time on a planetary scale. Dr. Helen Morrison established the Temporal Authority Investigation Division within a new classified facility in Nevada, where teams prepared for potential contact with whoever operated the temporal stabilization system. We need to identify who has the capability to manipulate biological time for hundreds of thousands of people across the entire planet, Morrison explained during the November 1970 investigation launch briefing. The technological requirements exceed human capability by centuries, suggesting non-human intelligence or time-traveling human civilization. The first phase involved comprehensive analysis of temporal anchor quantum signatures to identify technological characteristics that might reveal their source. Dr. Sarah Mitchell's physics team analyzed temporal field generators in coordination nodes, looking for technological indicators that could identify the civilization responsible for temporal stabilization. Temporal field analysis reveals technological approaches that exceed current human science by several centuries, Mitchell reported during quantum field analysis briefings. The temporal manipulation technology demonstrates mastery of physics principles that human science hasn't yet discovered. Direct communication attempts began in February 1971, with scientific teams attempting to establish contact through electromagnetic and quantum channels that might reach the temporal stabilization controllers. Initial efforts involved mathematical sequences and scientific information broadcast through coordination node communication frequencies. We're broadcasting mathematical and scientific communications through temporal field frequencies, hoping to establish contact with the Temporal Stabilization Authority, explained Dr. Robert Foster, who coordinated communication attempts. If they're monitoring temporal anchor systems, they should detect our contact attempts. The first response arrived on June 15, 1971, through quantum temporal channels that delivered complex information directly to the minds of research team members. The communication identified the sources as the Temporal Guardians, an advanced civilization that monitored and assisted developing species through strategic temporal interventions. We have established contact with the Temporal Guardians, Morrison announced during the breakthrough communication briefing. They are an advanced civilization that assists developing species through temporal stabilization programs that enhance positive social development while preserving species autonomy. The Temporal Guardians explained that they operated throughout the galaxy, providing temporal assistance to species that demonstrated potential for positive development, but required stability enhancement during critical development periods. Temporal anchoring represented one of several intervention methods used to strengthen developing civilizations. The Temporal Guardians assist multiple species throughout the galaxy using various intervention methods that enhance positive development while preserving species independence and cultural authenticity, Foster reported during Guardian explanation briefings. Temporal anchoring strengthens social stability during critical development phases. The most significant revelation was that humanity was approaching a critical development transition that would determine whether human civilization achieved positive development or experienced social collapse. Temporal anchors served as stability enhancement that increased the probability of positive transition outcomes. Humanity is entering a critical development phase that will determine our civilization's future, Mitchell explained during transition analysis briefings. Temporal anchors provide social stability enhancement that increases the likelihood of positive development outcomes during this critical period. The temporal guardians revealed that temporal anchoring was temporary, designed to provide stability enhancement during critical development phases. Once human civilization achieved sustainable positive development, temporal anchors would be gradually transitioned back to normal aging, while maintaining their accumulated social contributions. Temporal anchoring is temporary assistance rather than permanent intervention, Morrison noted during Guardian policy briefings. Once humanity achieves stable positive development, temporal anchors will resume normal aging, while retaining their extended positive social contributions. Direct collaboration began in 1973, with temporal guardians providing limited technology and guidance to help human researchers understand temporal stabilization principles while maintaining human autonomy in implementing social development programs. The temporal guardians provide limited technological assistance and guidance while ensuring that humanity maintains complete autonomy in determining our social development approaches. Foster reported during collaboration assessment. They assist but do not control human development decisions. The Guardians explained that temporal anchoring selection criteria identified individuals whose extended lifespans would maximize positive social contribution while maintaining cultural authenticity and individual freedom. The system preserved human diversity while enhancing social stability. Temporal anchor selection preserves human cultural diversity and individual autonomy while identifying people whose extended lifespans produce maximum positive social impact, Chen noted during selection criteria explanation. The system enhances rather than threatens human authenticity and freedom. Advanced collaboration revealed that the temporal guardians operated under strict non-interference principles that prohibited direct control of developing civilizations, while allowing assistance that enhanced positive development potential without compromising species autonomy. Guardian non-interference principles ensure that assistance enhances rather than controls species development, Mitchell explained during policy analysis. They provide support that strengthens positive development potential, while preserving complete species autonomy and cultural authenticity. By 1975, the collaboration had established regular consultation protocols that enabled human researchers to receive guidance about optimal social development approaches, while maintaining complete human control over implementation decisions and cultural direction. The most remarkable discovery was that the temporal guardians had assisted hundreds of species throughout the galaxy in achieving positive development transitions, with temporal anchoring representing one of the most successful intervention methods for species with human-type social development patterns. Temporal anchoring has successfully assisted numerous species in achieving positive development transitions, Morrison reported during Guardian Success Analysis. The method is particularly effective for species with social cooperation capabilities similar to human civilization. By April 8, 1977, the source investigation had established ongoing collaboration with the temporal guardians while preserving human autonomy in social development decisions and maintaining cultural authenticity throughout the assistance relationship. We've established collaborative partnership with an advanced civilization that assists our positive development while respecting our autonomy and cultural identity, Morrison concluded in her final source investigation report. The temporal guardians enhance our development potential while ensuring that humanity remains in complete control of our civilization's future direction. The comprehensive analysis of temporal anchor social contributions required 7 years of longitudinal study to measure the cumulative impact of extended lifespans on social development, community improvement, and human welfare enhancement. Dr. Helen Morrison established the Impact Assessment Division within an expanded facility in Colorado, where teams analyzed the measurable social benefits produced by temporal anchors, extended service. We need to quantify the actual social benefits produced by temporal anchor extended lifespans, Morrison explained during the April 1977 assessment launch briefing. After nearly 2 decades of temporal stabilization, we can now measure the real-world impact of preserving selected individuals at biological age 25. The first comprehensive analysis focused on educational impact, studying temporal anchor teachers, professors, and educational administrators who had provided extended service through biological temporal stabilization. The results revealed extraordinary improvements in educational outcomes and student development. Temporal anchor educators demonstrate remarkable long-term impact, reported Dr. Robert Foster, who led educational impact analysis. Teachers with extended lifespans develop extraordinary expertise and student relationships that produce measurably superior educational outcomes compared to standard career-length educators. Medical impact analysis revealed similar patterns among temporal anchor healthcare professionals. Doctors, nurses, and medical researchers with extended lifespans accumulated experience and expertise that enabled superior patient care and medical innovations that benefited thousands of additional patients. Temporal anchor medical professionals save significantly more lives and provide superior health care through accumulated expertise and extended service, explained Dr. Sarah Mitchell during medical impact assessment. Extended lifespans enable medical capability development that exceeds standard career limitations. Community leadership represented another major impact category. Temporal anchor community leaders, social workers, and public service professionals provided stability and continuity that enhanced community development and social cohesion over extended periods. Temporal anchor community leaders provide stability and expertise that strengthens social fabric and community development, noted Dr. David Chen during community impact analysis. Extended leadership tenure enables community development that exceeds standard service period limitations. The most significant discovery was that temporal anchors' impact increased exponentially over time rather than linearly. Extended experience enabled capability development and relationship building that produced dramatically enhanced effectiveness in their later decades of service. Temporal anchor effectiveness increases exponentially rather than linearly, Foster reported during effectiveness trend analysis. Extended experience enables capability development that produces dramatically superior impact in later service decades. Scientific and technological impact analysis revealed that temporal anchor researchers and innovators made breakthrough discoveries in technological developments that advanced human knowledge and capability. Extended research careers enabled investigation depth and continuity that standard lifespans couldn't achieve. Temporal anchor scientists and researchers produce breakthrough discoveries and innovations that advance human knowledge through extended research capability, Mitchell noted during scientific impact assessment. Extended research careers enable investigation continuity and depth that exceeds standard lifespan limitations. Social services impact demonstrated that temporal anchor social workers, counselors, and community support professionals helped significantly more people achieve positive life outcomes through accumulated expertise and extended service relationships. Temporal anchor social service professionals help thousands of additional people achieve positive outcomes through extended service capability and accumulated expertise, Chen reported during social services impact analysis. Extended lifespans enable helping relationship continuity that produces superior social development outcomes. The analysis revealed unexpected network effects. Temporal anchors often mentored and influenced other professionals, creating multiplier effects that extended their positive impact beyond direct service. Extended lifespans enabled mentor relationship development that enhanced social impact across professional networks. Temporal anchors create network multiplier effects through extended mentoring and professional influence, Morrison noted during network impact analysis. Extended lifespans enable mentor relationships that multiply positive impact across professional and community networks. Economic impact analysis demonstrated that temporal anchors, extended productivity, and accumulated expertise generated significant economic benefits through enhanced efficiency, innovation, and reduced training costs for organizations and communities. Temporal anchor extended productivity generates substantial economic benefits through enhanced efficiency and reduced replacement training costs, Foster reported during economic impact assessment. Extended service provides economic advantages that benefit organizations and communities. Cultural preservation represented another crucial impact area. Temporal anchor artists, historians, and cultural workers preserved and transmitted cultural knowledge and artistic traditions that might otherwise be lost through normal generational transition. Temporal anchor cultural workers preserve and transmit cultural knowledge and artistic traditions that enhance cultural continuity and development, Mitchell explained during cultural impact analysis. Extended lifespans enable cultural preservation that strengthens community identity and artistic heritage. The most remarkable finding was that temporal anchors consistently reported increased life satisfaction and sense of purpose through extended service capability. Extended lifespans enabled personal fulfillment through accumulated achievement and social contribution that exceeded standard lifespan possibilities. Temporal anchors report superior life satisfaction and sense of purpose through extended service capability and accumulated social contribution, Chen noted during personal satisfaction assessment. Extended lifespans enable personal fulfillment that exceeds standard lifespan achievement possibilities. By 1983, the comprehensive impact analysis had documented extraordinary social benefits from temporal anchor extended service. Millions of students received superior education, hundreds of thousands of patients received enhanced medical care, thousands of communities achieved improved development, and numerous scientific breakthroughs advanced human knowledge and capability. Innovation impact revealed that temporal anchor inventors, engineers, and researchers produced technological advances that improved life quality for millions of people through accumulated expertise and extended development capability that exceeded standard career limitations. Temporal anchor innovators produce technological advances that benefit millions of people through extended development capability and accumulated expertise, Morrison reported during Innovation Impact Assessment. Extended research careers enable innovation continuity that accelerates beneficial technological development. By December 3, 1984, the extended impact analysis had demonstrated that temporal anchor extended lifespans produced extraordinary social benefits that far exceeded the resources invested in temporal stabilization programs, justifying continued collaboration with the temporal guardians. Temporal anchor extended lifespans produce social benefits that exceed program costs by enormous margins, Morrison concluded in her final impact assessment report. The social return on temporal stabilization investment demonstrates extraordinary value for human development and social progress through extended service capability for selected individuals. The development of protocols for managing temporal anchor transition back to normal aging required unprecedented collaboration between human researchers and temporal guardians to ensure that extended service individuals could resume natural aging while maintaining their accumulated contributions and life satisfaction. Dr. Helen Morrison established the Temporal Transition Division within a specialized facility in Montana, where teams developed comprehensive support systems for temporal anchors approaching their optimal transition period. We need to develop transition protocols that enable temporal anchors to resume normal aging when their extended service reaches optimal social benefit completion, Morrison explained during the December 1984 transition planning briefing. The process must preserve their accumulated achievements while enabling natural life progression. The temporal guardians revealed that optimal transition timing varied by individual depending on their social contribution completion, personal fulfillment achievement, and biological readiness for aging restoration. Most temporal anchors would reach optimal transition points between their 80th and 120th chronological years. Temporal anchor transition timing depends on individual completion of optimal social contribution rather than arbitrary chronological factors, reported Dr. Robert Foster, who coordinated Guardian transition guidance. Each anchor reaches optimal transition when their extended service achieves maximum beneficial completion. The first transition protocols focused on biological preparation, using Guardian technology to gradually restore normal aging processes while maintaining physical and mental health throughout the transition period. The process enabled natural aging restoration without traumatic biological disruption. Biological transition protocols restore normal aging gradually while maintaining health and capability throughout the restoration process, explained Dr. Sarah Mitchell, who led biological transition development. Temporal anchors experience natural aging restoration without health crisis or capability loss. Psychological support represented another crucial component of transition protocols. Temporal anchors required counseling and support to adjust to resuming aging after decades of biological stability, addressing identity issues and life planning for their remaining natural lifespan. Psychological transition support helps temporal anchors adjust to aging restoration and plan their remaining natural lifespan, noted Dr. David Chen, who coordinated psychological transition services. Extended biological stability creates identity and planning challenges that require comprehensive support. The most significant breakthrough occurred in 1986 when the first controlled transition trials successfully restored normal aging in volunteer temporal anchors while maintaining their health, capability, and life satisfaction. The process proved both safe and effective for enabling natural life progression. Controlled transition trials demonstrate safe and effective aging restoration that enables natural life progression while maintaining health and satisfaction, Foster reported during trial assessment. Temporal anchors successfully resume normal aging without negative health or psychological consequences. Career transition planning addressed the professional and social implications of temporal anchors. Extended service ending. Many anchors had accumulated extraordinary expertise and social relationships that required careful management during their transition to natural aging and eventual retirement. Career transition planning helps temporal anchors manage professional and social relationships during aging restoration and eventual retirement, Mitchell explained during career transition coordination. Extended service creates professional and social complexities that require comprehensive transition support. Family and social relationship support address the unique challenges faced by temporal anchors whose extended lifespans had created unusual family and social dynamics. Transition protocols helped anchors and their communities adapt to aging restoration and natural life progression. Family and social relationship support helps temporal anchors and their communities adapt to aging restoration and natural family dynamics, Chen noted during relationship transition assessment. Extended lifespans create family and social complexities that require careful transition management. The Guardian collaboration revealed that successful temporal anchor programs in other species had developed sophisticated transition protocols that preserved the benefits of extended service while enabling natural life completion. Human transition protocols incorporated successful approaches from other species, programs. Temporal Guardian experience with other species provides proven transition approaches that preserve extended service benefits while enabling natural life completion, Morrison reported during Guardian transition consultation. Human protocols incorporate successful methods from multiple species, temporal anchor programs. Legacy preservation systems ensured that temporal anchors' accumulated knowledge, expertise, and social contributions would be preserved and transmitted to younger generations. These systems maintained the benefits of extended service beyond individual anchor lifespans. Legacy preservation systems maintain temporal anchor accumulated knowledge and social contributions beyond individual lifespans, Foster explained during legacy system development. Extended service benefits continue serving human development through knowledge and expertise transmission. By 1989, the transition protocols had been successfully implemented with over 200 volunteer temporal anchors, demonstrating safe and effective aging restoration that enabled natural life progression while preserving the benefits of extended service for individuals and society. Mentorship programs enabled transitioning temporal anchors to train successors and transmit their accumulated expertise to younger professionals. These programs ensured continuity of enhanced capability and social contribution beyond temporal anchor individual service. Mentorship programs enable temporal anchors to transmit accumulated expertise to younger professionals, Mitchell noted during mentorship program assessment. Extended service benefits continue through successor training and expertise transmission. The most remarkable discovery was that many temporal anchors reported increased life satisfaction during transition, viewing aging restoration as natural completion of extended service rather than loss of capability. Comprehensive support enabled positive psychological adaptation to natural aging. Temporal anchors report positive psychological adaptation to aging restoration when provided comprehensive transition support, Chen reported during psychological assessment. Transition represents natural completion of extended service rather than capability loss. Community integration programs helped communities adapt to temporal anchor, aging restoration, and eventual natural death. These programs preserved community benefits from extended service, while enabling natural social transition and succession. Community integration programs help communities adapt to temporal anchor natural aging and succession, Morrison noted during community transition assessment. Extended service benefits continue serving communities through natural succession and legacy preservation. By July 21, 1992, the transition protocols had established comprehensive systems that enabled temporal anchors to resume natural aging while preserving their accumulated contributions and maintaining positive life satisfaction throughout the aging restoration process. Temporal anchor transition protocols successfully enable natural aging restoration while preserving extended service benefits for individuals and society, Morrison concluded in her final transition protocol report. Comprehensive support ensures positive transition that honors extended service, while enabling natural life completion. The development of voluntary temporal anchoring for qualified individuals required extensive ethical framework development and comprehensive selection protocols to ensure that elective temporal stabilization served beneficial purposes while maintaining strict eligibility standards. Dr. Helen Morrison established the Voluntary Enhancement Division within a new facility in Oregon, where teams developed programs that allowed suitable candidates to choose temporal stabilization for extended service. We're transitioning from Guardian-selected temporal anchoring to voluntary programs that enable qualified individuals to choose extended lifespans for beneficial service, Morrison explained during the July 1992 voluntary program launch briefing. Voluntary enhancement preserves selection standards while enabling conscious choice about temporal stabilization. The Temporal Guardians authorized voluntary enhancement programs for individuals who demonstrated the same characteristics as original temporal anchors: consistent positive social contribution, ethical decision-making, service orientation, and social cooperation. Voluntary candidates underwent comprehensive assessment to ensure they met Guardian selection criteria. Voluntary enhancement maintains Guardian selection standards while enabling conscious choice about temporal stabilization, reported Dr. Robert Foster, who coordinated voluntary candidate assessment. Individuals must demonstrate the same positive social contribution patterns as original temporal anchors before being eligible for voluntary enhancement. The first voluntary enhancement candidates were assessed in September 1992, with comprehensive evaluation protocols that examined lifetime patterns of social contribution, ethical behavior, service orientation, and potential for continued positive impact through extended lifespans. Voluntary candidate assessment requires comprehensive evaluation of lifetime social contribution patterns and potential for continued positive impact, explained Dr. Sarah Mitchell, who led candidate evaluation development. Only individuals who demonstrate exceptional positive contribution potential qualify for voluntary temporal stabilization. Ethical framework development ensured that voluntary enhancement programs served social benefit rather than individual advantage. Candidates must commit to continued service and social contribution throughout their extended lifespans, with regular assessment and potential temporal anchor status termination for individuals who failed to maintain service standards. Voluntary enhancement requires commitment to continued service and social contribution, with regular assessment and potential status termination, noted Dr. David Chen, who coordinated ethical framework development. Temporal stabilization serves social benefit rather than individual advantage. The most significant breakthrough occurred in 1994, when the first voluntary temporal anchoring procedures successfully stabilized biological aging at age 25 for 12 carefully selected candidates who had demonstrated exceptional social contribution, potential, and commitment to extended service. Voluntary temporal anchoring procedures successfully enable conscious choice about biological age stabilization for qualified candidates, Foster reported during voluntary anchoring assessment. Candidates experience biological temporal stabilization while maintaining conscious understanding and commitment to extended service. Informed consent protocols ensured that voluntary candidates understood the full implications of temporal stabilization, extended lifespan responsibilities, social service commitments, periodic assessment requirements, and eventual transition back to normal aging when optimal service completion occurred. Informed consent protocols ensure voluntary candidates understand temporal stabilization implications and service commitments, Mitchell explained during consent protocol development. Candidates make conscious, informed decisions about extended lifespan responsibilities and service obligations. Support systems for voluntary temporal anchors provided ongoing guidance, community connections, and professional development opportunities that enabled effective service throughout extended lifespans. These systems ensured that voluntary anchors could maximize their positive social contribution potential. Support systems enable voluntary temporal anchors to maximize positive social contribution through ongoing guidance and professional development, Chen noted during support system assessment. Extended lifespans require comprehensive support for optimal service effectiveness. The Guardian collaboration revealed that voluntary temporal anchoring represented an advanced stage of species development, indicating that humanity was approaching readiness for conscious participation in temporal enhancement, rather than requiring external selection and management. Voluntary temporal anchoring indicates advanced species development readiness for conscious temporal enhancement participation, Morrison reported during Guardian development assessment. Humanity approaches readiness for autonomous temporal stabilization management rather than external Guardian selection. By 1996, the Voluntary Enhancement Program had successfully implemented temporal stabilization for over 400 carefully selected candidates, with consistent demonstration of enhanced social contribution and positive impact that justified continued program expansion within strict ethical and selection frameworks. Professional integration ensured that voluntary temporal anchors were strategically placed in positions that maximized their potential for positive social contribution. Advanced education, medical research, community leadership, and social service roles that benefited from extended expertise development. Professional integration places voluntary temporal anchors in positions that maximize positive social contribution potential, Foster explained during professional placement assessment. Extended lifespans enable expertise development that serves optimal social benefit through strategic professional positioning. The most remarkable development was that voluntary temporal anchors often demonstrated superior social contribution compared to original Guardian-selected anchors, suggesting that conscious choice and commitment enhanced rather than diminished temporal stabilization effectiveness. Voluntary temporal anchors demonstrate superior social contribution through conscious choice and commitment, Mitchell reported during comparative effectiveness analysis. Conscious temporal stabilization enhances, rather than diminishes, service effectiveness and social contribution potential. Family and community adaptation programs helped voluntary temporal anchors. Families and communities adjust to extended lifespan dynamics while preserving normal social relationships and community integration. These programs ensured that temporal stabilization strengthened rather than disrupted social bonds. Family and community adaptation programs ensure temporal stabilization strengthens rather than disrupts social relationships, Chen noted during community integration assessment. Extended lifespans enhance rather than threaten family and community dynamics through comprehensive adaptation support. International cooperation expanded voluntary enhancement programs to allied nations with similar ethical frameworks and selection standards, creating a global network of voluntary temporal anchors working together on international development and cooperation projects. International voluntary enhancement cooperation creates global networks for collaborative social development and international cooperation projects, Morrison explained during international program coordination. Global voluntary temporal anchor networks enhance international cooperation and development effectiveness. By 1998, voluntary enhancement programs had demonstrated that conscious temporal stabilization could achieve superior social contribution outcomes, while maintaining strict ethical standards and comprehensive support systems that ensured extended lifespans served social benefit rather than individual advantage. Assessment and monitoring systems ensured that voluntary temporal anchors maintained service standards throughout their extended lifespans, with regular evaluation and support that preserved program integrity while enabling optimal social contribution. Assessment and monitoring systems maintain voluntary temporal anchor service standards while enabling optimal social contribution, Foster reported during monitoring system evaluation. Regular assessment preserves program integrity while supporting enhanced social contribution effectiveness. The program's greatest achievement was demonstrating that humanity could successfully manage voluntary temporal enhancement while maintaining ethical standards, social benefit focus, and individual autonomy in temporal stabilization decisions. Voluntary temporal anchoring proves humanity's readiness for conscious temporal enhancement management, Morrison concluded in her March 15, 2000 final voluntary enhancement report. Human ethical frameworks and management capabilities enable successful voluntary temporal stabilization that serves social benefit while preserving individual choice and autonomy in temporal enhancement decisions. The transition from classified temporal anchoring to public knowledge required 7 years of careful education and demonstration programs that prepared global populations for understanding biological temporal stabilization, while ensuring that public disclosure enhanced rather than disrupted social stability and individual opportunity for temporal enhancement. Dr. Helen Morrison established the Public Integration Division within a new facility in Washington, D.C., where communication specialists, educators, and community leaders developed programs that would gradually introduce temporal anchoring concepts, while demonstrating beneficial applications and voluntary participation options. We're revealing the existence of technology that has been preventing aging in selected individuals for over 40 years, while simultaneously demonstrating that temporal stabilization can serve broader social benefit through voluntary enhancement programs, Morrison explained during the March 2000 integration planning briefing. The first phase began with scientific publications describing biological temporal field research and the theoretical possibility of aging prevention through quantum field manipulation. These publications prepared academic and scientific communities for more comprehensive revelations, while presenting temporal anchoring as emerging research rather than established enhancement technology. Scientific disclosure establishes theoretical foundations for biological temporal stabilization, while preparing expert communities for full revelation of existing capabilities, reported Dr. Robert Foster, who coordinated academic preparation programs. Published research creates educational context for informed public discussion. Media preparation represented a crucial component of the integration strategy. Entertainment and news organizations received guidance about temporal enhancement concepts through consulting relationships that prepared public audiences for understanding aging prevention implications, while emphasizing beneficial applications and voluntary participation options. Popular media preparation ensures public audiences have conceptual frameworks for understanding temporal enhancement when disclosure occurs, explained Dr. Sarah Mitchell, who coordinated media education programs. Films, television, and literature prepare psychological readiness while emphasizing beneficial rather than threatening applications. The second integration phase began in 2002 with demonstration programs that revealed limited temporal anchoring capabilities, while emphasizing voluntary participation and beneficial social applications. These programs showed selected audiences how temporal stabilization enhanced social contribution, while providing complete choice about enhancement participation. Demonstration programs prove that temporal anchoring serves beneficial social purposes rather than creating unfair advantages, Foster noted during demonstration assessment. Audiences see direct evidence of enhanced social contribution for voluntary participants, while observing complete choice about temporal enhancement participation. Educational institutions provided another integration vector, with universities and research organizations receiving access to temporal anchoring research and technology for academic study and beneficial application development. These programs prepared intellectual leaders for public discourse about enhancement ethics and beneficial technology applications. Academic preparation ensures intellectual and educational leaders understand temporal enhancement capabilities before public disclosure, Mitchell explained during university program coordination. Educational institutions become resources for informed public discussion and ethical framework development. The most significant breakthrough occurred in 2004, when public opinion research revealed that 71% of surveyed populations supported temporal enhancement programs that provided voluntary participation, beneficial social applications, and equal opportunity for qualified individuals, regardless of background or economic status. Public acceptance of voluntary temporal enhancement indicates successful educational preparation and ethical framework development, Morrison reported during opinion assessment. Populations understand benefits while supporting systems that preserve equal opportunity and social benefit focus. Religious and philosophical preparation represented an essential integration component. Spiritual leaders and ethical scholars received education about temporal enhancement implications and beneficial applications, enabling them to provide guidance and support for their communities during public disclosure. Religious and philosophical preparation ensures spiritual communities have frameworks for understanding temporal enhancement within their ethical contexts, Foster noted during interfaith coordination. Spiritual leaders become resources, rather than sources of opposition, about enhancement technology. The third integration phase began in 2005 with limited public revelation of existing temporal anchoring capabilities, presented as recently developed technology rather than 40-year-old enhancement systems. These revelations emphasized beneficial applications while introducing voluntary participation options and equal access guarantees. Limited disclosure introduces existing capabilities as emerging technology while emphasizing beneficial applications and equal access, Mitchell explained during partial revelation coordination. Audiences learn about temporal enhancement potential while receiving assurance about ethical applications and voluntary participation options. Complete disclosure occurred on August 11, 2007, when coordinated announcements revealed the full scope of temporal anchoring capabilities, the 40-year history of Guardian collaboration, and the beneficial applications that had enhanced social development while preparing comprehensive voluntary enhancement systems with equal access for qualified individuals. Complete disclosure reveals extraordinary temporal enhancement capabilities while demonstrating beneficial applications that have enhanced human welfare, Morrison announced during the disclosure ceremony. The public learns about enhancement history while receiving access to voluntary participation in programs that can enhance their social contribution potential. The public reaction was overwhelmingly positive, with 78% of global populations expressing support for continued temporal enhancement through voluntary participation systems that provided equal opportunity for qualified individuals. Educational preparation had successfully conditioned acceptance while establishing ethical frameworks that preserved equal access and social benefit focus. Public acceptance of temporal enhancement through voluntary participation exceeds optimistic projections, Foster reported during post-disclosure assessment. Educational preparation successfully established understanding and acceptance, while voluntary participation systems provide beneficial applications with equal access. The integration established permanent frameworks for ethical temporal enhancement that served social welfare while preserving individual choice and equal opportunity, demonstrating that advanced enhancement technologies could gain public acceptance through transparency, beneficial applications, and voluntary participation systems that respected human autonomy and equal access principles. The post-disclosure period revealed that temporal enhancement could be democratized beyond selective programs into comprehensive systems that provided equal opportunity for all qualified individuals, regardless of background, economic status, or social position. Dr. Helen Morrison established the Democratic Enhancement Coordination Center in Geneva, where international teams developed frameworks that ensured temporal stabilization served universal human benefit rather than creating enhanced individual advantages. We're transforming temporal enhancement from selective programs into democratic systems that provide equal opportunity for all qualified individuals, Morrison explained during the August 2007 Democratic Enhancement launch. Universal access ensures that temporal stabilization serves human development rather than creating social divisions or enhanced individual privileges. The Temporal Guardians authorized democratic enhancement programs that maintain selection criteria while eliminating barriers based on economic status, social position, or geographical location. All individuals who demonstrated positive social contribution potential could access temporal enhancement regardless of external circumstances. Democratic enhancement maintains Guardian selection standards while eliminating socioeconomic barriers, reported Dr. Robert Foster, who coordinated universal access development. Qualification depends entirely on positive social contribution potential rather than background or economic circumstances. The first democratic enhancement programs focused on equal access assessment, developing evaluation methods that identified positive social contribution potential without bias toward educational level, economic status, or cultural background. These assessments recognized diverse forms of positive contribution across all social contexts. Equal access assessment identifies positive contribution potential across diverse social contexts without educational or economic bias, explained Dr. Sarah Mitchell, who led democratic evaluation development. Temporal enhancement qualification recognizes all forms of positive social contribution regardless of traditional advantage indicators. Comprehensive support systems ensure that individuals from all backgrounds could succeed in temporal enhancement programs. These systems provided education, training, professional development, and ongoing support that enabled optimal social contribution, regardless of initial circumstances or background. Comprehensive support systems enable success in temporal enhancement programs regardless of initial background, noted Dr. David Chen, who coordinated support system development. Universal support ensures that temporal stabilization serves optimal social contribution for individuals from all circumstances. The most significant breakthrough occurred in 2009 when democratic enhancement programs successfully implemented temporal stabilization for individuals from every socioeconomic background, demonstrating that positive social contribution potential existed across all social contexts and could be enhanced through universal access programs. Democratic temporal enhancement succeeds across all socioeconomic backgrounds, Foster reported during Universal Access Assessment. Positive social contribution potential exists in all social contexts and benefits from temporal stabilization support, regardless of initial circumstances. Community integration programs ensured that temporally enhanced individuals served their original communities while also contributing to broader social development. These programs prevented temporal enhancement from creating social separation or elite isolation, while maximizing positive community impact. Community integration ensures temporal enhancement serves original communities while contributing to broader social development, Mitchell explained during community integration assessment. Enhanced individuals strengthen rather than separate from their communities while serving broader positive social contribution. International cooperation expanded democratic enhancement programs globally, with coordinated implementation that ensured equal access across all participating nations while maintaining consistent selection criteria and support systems. Global coordination prevented temporal enhancement from creating international advantages or disadvantages. International democratic enhancement cooperation ensures equal global access while maintaining consistent standards, Chen noted during international coordination assessment. Global implementation prevents enhancement from creating international advantages while serving universal human development. The Guardian collaboration revealed that democratic temporal enhancement represented the most advanced form of species enhancement assistance, indicating that humanity had achieved sufficient social development to manage universal enhancement access responsibly while maintaining social cohesion and equality. Democratic temporal enhancement indicates advanced species development achievement, Morrison reported during Guardian assessment. Humanity demonstrates capability for universal enhancement access while maintaining social cohesion and equal opportunity principles. By 2012, democratic enhancement programs had successfully provided temporal stabilization for over 50,000 individuals from diverse backgrounds, with consistent demonstration of enhanced social contribution and positive impact that justified continued program expansion within universal access frameworks. Professional development programs ensured that temporally enhanced individuals could maximize their positive social contribution through optimal career placement, skill development, and ongoing education that served both individual fulfillment and social benefit throughout extended lifespans. Professional development programs maximize positive social contribution through optimal career support and skill development, Foster explained during professional program assessment. Extended lifespans enable career optimization that serves both individual fulfillment and social benefit. The most remarkable development was that democratic temporal enhancement strengthened rather than threatened social equality. Enhanced individuals consistently use their extended capabilities to serve social justice and equal opportunity advancement for their communities and broader society. Democratic temporal enhancement strengthens social equality through enhanced service to social justice and equal opportunity advancement, Mitchell reported during Equality Impact Analysis. Enhanced individuals consistently serve social equity rather than individual advantage. Family and community support programs helped enhanced individuals, families, and communities adapt to extended lifespan dynamics while ensuring that temporal stabilization enhanced rather than disrupted normal social relationships and community engagement. Family and community support programs ensure temporal enhancement enhances rather than disrupts social relationships, Chen noted during community support assessment. Extended lifespans strengthen rather than threaten family and community bonds through comprehensive adaptation support. Cultural diversity preservation ensured that temporal enhancement programs respected and enhanced cultural distinctiveness rather than creating homogenization. Enhanced individuals served as cultural ambassadors and preservers who strengthened cultural heritage while contributing to broader human development. Cultural diversity preservation ensures temporal enhancement strengthens rather than threatens cultural distinctiveness, Morrison explained during cultural impact assessment. Enhanced individuals serve as cultural ambassadors who preserve heritage while contributing to universal human development. By June 26, 2015, democratic enhancement programs had demonstrated that universal access temporal stabilization could serve human development while maintaining social equality, cultural diversity, and community integration that strengthened rather than threatened social cohesion. Democratic temporal enhancement proves that universal access enhancement can serve human development while strengthening social equality and community integration, Morrison concluded in her final democratic enhancement report. Universal access temporal stabilization enhances human potential while preserving social justice and equal opportunity principles. 66 years after the first discovery of biological temporal anchors and 17 years after public disclosure, temporal enhancement had become a fundamental component of human civilization that served universal human development while preserving social equality, cultural diversity, and individual choice in enhancement participation. Dr. Helen Morrison, now serving as Director Emeritus of Global Temporal Enhancement, reflected on humanity's transformation during the 2024 Societal Integration Ceremony. We began with mysterious individuals who stopped aging and discovered a pathway to enhanced human civilization that preserves everything valuable about humanity while expanding our potential for positive contribution, Morrison observed. Today, temporal enhancement serves as humanity's foundation for continued social development and individual fulfillment. The global temporal enhancement system had evolved into humanity's most successful social development program, providing voluntary enhancement opportunities for over 2.3 million individuals across all nations, while maintaining strict ethical standards and universal access principles that ensured enhancement served social benefit rather than individual advantage. Temporal enhancement represents humanity's most successful integration of advanced technology with social justice principles, explained Dr. Sarah Mitchell, now serving as Global Enhancement Coordination Director. Universal access and ethical frameworks ensure that enhancement serves human development while preserving equality and cultural diversity. Advanced selection and support systems had evolved to recognize and develop positive social contribution potential in individuals from all backgrounds and circumstances. The programs demonstrated that enhancement capability existed across all human diversity and could be successfully developed through comprehensive support and guidance systems. Enhanced selection and support systems recognize positive contribution potential across all human diversity, reported Dr. Robert Foster, who served as Universal Access Coordinator. Temporal enhancement develops human potential rather than selecting existing advantages, serving true human development rather than privilege preservation. The integration had transformed human society's relationship with aging, career development, and social contribution. Extended lifespans enabled individuals to pursue multiple careers, develop extraordinary expertise, and contribute to social development over periods that exceeded traditional limitations while maintaining normal family and community relationships. Temporal enhancement transforms human potential for career development and social contribution while preserving normal family and community relationships, noted Dr. David Chen, who coordinated social integration programs. Extended lifespans enable multiple career exploration and expertise development that serves both individual fulfillment and social benefit. Educational systems had evolved to support extended learning and development opportunities that enabled enhanced individuals to continue growing and contributing throughout their extended lifespans. These systems demonstrated that human learning capacity could be continuously developed rather than limited by traditional age-based expectations. Educational systems support continuous learning and development throughout extended lifespans, explained Dr. Lisa Wang, who coordinated lifelong learning programs. Temporal enhancement reveals that human learning capacity continues developing rather than declining, enabling continuous contribution and personal growth. The most significant societal achievement was demonstrating that advanced enhancement technology could be successfully integrated with democratic values, social justice principles, and cultural diversity preservation. Temporal enhancement strengthened, rather than threatened, social cohesion and equality. Temporal enhancement integration proves that advanced technology can strengthen, rather than threaten, democratic values and social equality, Mitchell reported during Social Impact Assessment. Enhancement serves social justice and equality advancement, rather than privilege creation or social division. International cooperation had established global frameworks for temporal enhancement that prevented technology from creating international advantages, while enabling collaborative global development projects that benefited all humanity through enhanced international cooperation and development. International temporal enhancement cooperation enables collaborative global development while preventing technology from creating unfair advantages, Foster noted during international assessment. Global cooperation serves universal human development rather than national competitive advantage. Scientific and technological advancement had accelerated dramatically through temporal enhancement of researchers and innovators who could pursue extended research careers and develop extraordinary expertise. These advances benefited all humanity while demonstrating the social value of enhancement programs. Temporal enhancement of researchers and innovators accelerates beneficial scientific and technological development, Chen reported during innovation assessment. Extended research careers enable breakthrough discoveries that serve universal human benefit. Cultural development had flourished through temporal enhancement of artists, historians, and cultural workers who could preserve and develop cultural heritage over extended periods. These contributions demonstrated that enhancement served cultural diversity preservation rather than homogenization. Temporal enhancement of cultural workers preserves and develops cultural heritage while serving cultural diversity rather than homogenization, Wang noted during cultural impact assessment. Extended lifespans enable cultural preservation and development that strengthens rather than threatens cultural distinctiveness. The temporal guardian collaboration had evolved into partnership relationships that recognized humanity's achievement of advanced civilization status capable of managing temporal enhancement independently, while continuing to benefit from guardian guidance and cooperation. Guardian partnership recognizes humanity's achievement of advanced civilization status capable of independent temporal enhancement management, Morrison reported during Guardian relationship assessment. Continued cooperation serves mutual benefit and galactic development rather than dependency relationships. By 2024, the integrated temporal enhancement civilization had demonstrated that humanity could successfully combine advanced technology with social justice, cultural diversity, and individual freedom to create a society that enhanced human potential while preserving everything valuable about human civilization and culture. Integrated temporal enhancement civilization proves humanity's capability for advanced technology management within social justice and cultural diversity frameworks, Mitchell concluded during comprehensive assessment. Enhancement serves human potential development while preserving social equality and cultural authenticity. The most remarkable achievement was demonstrating that temporal enhancement created a positive feedback loop. Enhanced individuals consistently used their extended capabilities to improve opportunities and outcomes for others, creating an expanding cycle of social benefit and human development. Temporal enhancement creates positive social development cycles through enhanced individuals serving others, development and opportunity advancement, Foster noted during social cycle analysis. Enhancement amplifies positive social contribution rather than creating individual advantage or social division. Community integration had evolved to the point where temporal enhancement strengthened, rather than disrupted, normal social relationships, family dynamics, and community engagement. Enhanced individuals served as community resources and mentors while maintaining authentic personal relationships. Community integration ensures temporal enhancement strengthens normal social relationships while providing community resources and mentorship, Chen reported during community assessment. Enhanced individuals maintain authentic relationships while serving community development and individual guidance. The Infinite Society represented humanity's successful integration of advanced enhancement technology with social justice principles that ensured continued human development, cultural preservation, and individual fulfillment throughout extended lifespans that served universal human benefit. The Infinite Society demonstrates successful integration of enhancement technology with human values that serve continued development and cultural preservation, Morrison concluded in her final integration assessment. Temporal enhancement enables infinite human potential development while preserving everything valuable about human civilization and individual authenticity. The Infinite Society established permanent frameworks for continued human development that would serve humanity throughout its continued evolution, while honoring the social justice, cultural diversity, and individual freedom that make human civilization valuable and worth preserving throughout infinite time.